Anchoring an 80,000-pound, 78-foot aluminum yacht comes with its challenges, and today we're tackling one of the biggest, our old anchoring system. We'll show you how it's set up right now, the changes we've made along the way, and what's next for this critical part of Tangaroa. From repainting the chain to cleaning out the anchor locker and even brainstorming a future upgrade and possibly welding our own anchor, there's plenty to talk about. Watch until the end to see our plan and let us know what you think. When we hauled Tangaroa out of the water in 2021, one of our first priorities is to check the anchoring system. We anchor all the time. We don't go to the dock very often at all. Well, when we took the anchor apart, we came in a little bit of a surprise. We didn't know that it was a two-part anchor, which made life a little bit easier. Then we got it blasted and we sent it away to get it galvanized. While the anchor was off getting galvanized, it was time to find a new swivel to replace the old one that was there because we had no clue how long it had been there, and to find a new shackle. But wow, was it difficult to find a new shackle to attach our anchor to the chain.
I was just playing with the anchor because we're going to send it out and have it re-galvanized. And I've never actually really looked at these anchors before. And I found out that they're actually two-piece. It just comes apart. Just like that. Then you have two pieces that are much easier to heft around. And it's just the chain keeps it from coming through the other way. Interesting.
I'm ready.
That's good. Jeez.
Good?
Nope. Jeez. Morning.
Chop it. Oh, we need that shackle.
Might not need it that bad.
So this is the shackle that held the anchor. It is a mess. Look, there's not even any threads in it anymore. So I have to go get another one and then get some seizing wire. And I also have to get a new swivel because I did buy a swivel, but it was too big, of course, because it's always easier to get what you need if you actually bring the swivel with you. So we're off to Steve's Timmarine to get a new swivel and a new shackle. Here in the yard is to source materials and drive around and try and find them. Well, I had a heck of a time finding a shackle for the anchor. Like, I couldn't find the right size. If I found the right size, the clevis pin that goes through was too wide for the anchor, so it didn't go on. It couldn't go through the chain. Anyways, I seriously have been to the marine store Chandlery about 4 times. So what I did is we were at Lordco yesterday picking up some sandpaper, and I looked over and there were shackles. Found it. Lordco. Who knew? Seriously, this boat is being built with car parts from Lordco. So thank you guys very much. I can't believe we found the shackle that fits, and we're going to put the anchor up and do a little bit of painting. Exciting. This is a 2-part anchor that Blaine's putting back together.
It's really difficult.
Hey, don't show them the trick. There's a trick, isn't there? Is that the trick?
That's the trick.
Huh. That's it.
Ta-da!
And the new shackle fits. Look, it's so shiny right there. Now you got to take this is a cotter pin. I always remember cotter because the 2 T's in it. It's like the 2 T's split. That's how I remember cotter pin. And that will come out, and this is a clevis pin here we were talking about. So time to put that's a shackle. But what do you call it again?
This is a clevis pin.
No, this whole thing I can't remember.
That's a swivel.
Thank you. Holy cow, brain fart. Get the anchor off the deck. And then we're going to use seizing wire.
Should get a brand new cotter pin too.
Why? That one is brand new.
I know, but it was already used. It was bent over.
Oh.
Going up.
It's so exciting. It's the little things. Good. What do you think?
Perfect.
You like? Me too.
That'll do.
She came in like a wrecking ball. That's all I got. Now let's talk about the chain. We carry 400 feet of 3/8 inch chain. Personally, I think it's too small for our Wildcat, for our windlass. So that is one of the goals, is to get that sorted. My job on deck, kind of I take care of the deck, as you know, Blaine takes care of the engine room. My job was to take care of the anchor. So I decided to paint it. And of course, I'm going to paint it my way. You know what's really cool about this being our chain? I can mark it any way I want. So yellow is 25, blue is 50, and red is 100. So here I've got 1, 2, 3 red and a blue, 3 50s.
So what's the yellow blue?
Well, a 50 and a 25.
But you're not doing it every...
75. No, just the first 100 is going 25 increments, and then we go to 50 increments.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was smart. Is that smart?
That works.
So I've got 25 marked, 50, 75, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, and 400 is we're hooped if that's going out.
Yeah, hopefully that never goes out. Although it is shackled to the boat.
It is true. But I like a newly painted marked chain.
That's really deep.
Because really I had no clue where these marks were before.
Yeah. So that would be 350 feet.
Yeah, it goes out
100,
like 1, 2,
200, 350.
So this will be the coming up first. 1, 2, 3, 50.
Easy.
It goes in order.
And really visible when letting the anchor down.
Yes.
Perfect.
And it may not be like what everybody does, but it's our chain. And we mark it how we want.
That's true. We can do what we want.
Exactly.
We do what we want.
I can make it hot pink if I want to. Let's just stick with red, blue, and yellow. When we hauled out in 2021, that's when we took all the paint off Tangaroa. That also meant that we had to take off the protecting plates for the anchor because there was like 1/2 inch of Bondo under the plates. Boy, were they hard to take off. But after we took them off, ground underneath, we put them back on.
There we go.
We did it. Let me keep the bolts.
I mean, if we're going this far, we just assume put new bolts in.
True. So they say to start grinding and polishing aluminum with like 320. We're using flap disc on a grinder. And then 40 grit, and then 80 grit, and then 120. Blaine is working his butt off. But he's the one who wanted to polish this boat, so this is all him. This is exciting because we are actually starting to put things back on the boat besides paint. Blaine is putting the guards on there, they're stainless steel, that the flukes of the anchor go against when the anchor is up in the pocket. So that's what's going on right now, and he actually just put in a through hull over there. Lots of 5200 because seriously, it's an aluminum boat. I'd be worried about using 5200 on a fiberglass boat in case you have to get it off because of stuff sticks. But on an aluminum boat, you can really wrench on it if you have to get anything off. So 5200 it is. Instead of going up and down the ladder, Blaine's going over the bow onto the ladder. You be careful up there.
Danger's my middle name.
This is when I get a YouTube video go viral as you fall off.
Hey, that could go viral.
So again, that's 5200 Blaine's using there. He's making it nice and smooth. Of course, the stuff gets everywhere. And the white stuff around the bolts is
Teft gel.
Teft gel.
And that's basically an isolating liquid that goes in and goes between the stainless steel and the aluminum to keep it from corroding and seizing in the aluminum. Works really well. Leap off.
Don't make a mess. That's some pretty fine taping there, honey.
Thank you.
Now that we've got the 2 flute guards on, a lot of corrosion on the starboard side there. We'll have to deal with that later. And the anchor is galvanized and the chain is painted gray. Everything's ready. Blaine's going to lift it up wherever he is. Flukes. Bonk. Love it. Good job, B. Everybody who thought the shackle was scary.
We agreed.
You're smart. We're redoing it. We gotta get all the wire off first.
So we now have a nice marine grade heavy duty shackle. Did not find at Lordco, but the Lordco shackle got us through until we could get a hold of one of these. So we're just gonna
Holy crow.
get rid of the Lordco shackle and
Lordco shackle rusted. Or maybe that was the chain.
probably a bit of A, a bit of B.
Okay, chain's all laid out. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna leave that out right now. That just gave me a break from grinding bottom paint. And I'll have to put cardboard underneath and remark everything because you can see it's almost gone. There's my yellow right there. But it lasted pretty good for three years. I also want to change the marking system. I love my yellow, blue, and red, don't get me wrong, but we found when we were just cruising up in the Broughtons for the last 3 weeks, I really want 125 marked and 175 marked, because a lot of times Blaine will say, you know, give me 175 feet of chain, lock it off, then we'll pull back on it, set the anchor, and then we'll put the snubber on. I'm kind of guessing where 125 and 175 are, so the next time we haul out, I'm definitely painting those marks on. Now in 2021, I didn't get a chance to get into the anchor locker. 2024, when we hauled out again, it was my perfect chance to get in there. Well, I crawled in, I cleaned it all up, made sure that the chain was attached to the boat properly and that nothing was rusted out and that we weren't going to lose the chain. However, what I did discover, which is a bit of an issue, is all the mud and water that comes off the chain when it goes into the locker goes straight into the forward bilge. So that's one of the things we're definitely going to have to change in the future. I have repainted the anchor chain, that's all done, but I kind of want to get it off the pavement, which means taking a look at the anchor locker where the chain goes, and making sure that the bitter end of the chain, which is the end that attaches to the boat, the shackle's good, the bottom's good, and I have my shop vac ready to empty out. So I'm about to crawl into that hole. Do you want to come with me? I know you do. I know you actually want to do this job for me. Come on. Yes, that's a toilet brush. Ugh. this doesn't look good. Might have to take that off. That's everything to do with our anchoring system. We were able to save the old one. However, we definitely have some things we want to change. I'll give you the list. Number one, we want a bigger chain. I think we're going to go into 1/2-inch chain and we're going to put in 600 feet. The key with 600 feet is we actually cruise a lot north, and with the fjords, it's really deep. 400 feet is not enough. The other benefit of going to 600 feet is the weight of the chain will offset what we did with the engine repower, which you're going to have to subscribe because those videos are coming up. And in case you're wondering, a 1/2-inch chain will actually fit the Wildcat, not a problem at all. And if you want to see the new windlass that Blaine created, check out last week's video. The other thing we've been chatting about is what we're going to do with the rear anchor. Here I am on the aft deck. Excuse all the bird poop. It has been really cold out and the seagulls like to sit on us when it's cold. I think the water's too cold for them. But anyways, this is our aft windlass. It's not working at the moment. We also have an aft locker, and you can see down there, the chain would come out of here and go down there, and there's actually a pocket underneath there where an anchor goes up underneath our aft deck. Lower aft deck. Anyway, there's a pocket to bring it up. We don't have an anchor for it. We do have chain, but no anchor. So we are discussing what to do. One of the ideas is to take the anchor from the bow and put it here, and then we're going to weld our own anchor. And in case you're wondering what type of anchor we're going to weld, it's called a bullwega. My dad swears by them. My sister uses one on her boat. They're just such an interesting design. And of course, a little bit of history. I don't know if it's true, but what I've heard is when the bullwega came out, it was such a great anchor that one of the big anchor manufacturers actually bought the design and buried it. To get a bullwega, my sister actually had to order one from Turkey, which is a bit crazy. But they aren't that hard to weld. And since I have an incredible welding husband, we might be welding a bullwega. Of course, with the bullwega, if we put it on the bow, we've got to figure out how it's going to fit. But those options are always up in the air. Those are the things that Blaine and I talk about when we have sundowners. So subscribe, and you'll have to wait to see what actually we do with our anchoring system. You've seen what we're working on with our anchoring system, but what about the propellers, shafts, and shaft logs? If you missed our video a couple weeks ago, can the propellers, shafts, and shaft logs be saved on our 78-foot yacht? We go into all the details there. Make sure to check it out and see how we're tackling those challenges.